Good evening, welcome to RedDevilMidlands. This is our Man Utd fans-based channel. The reason we created this channel is for obviously all the Man Utd fans from across the world to get connected, to talk about all things Man Utd, past and present, views and hopes and aspirations for the season. So hope you find this good entertainment. Do apologise about the picture quality and sound. We're basically recording from a mobile phone on a hairdryer sellotaped, so hopefully it goes well. Thank you. And so I'd like to welcome Mr. Tariq Jaffa, a fellow United supporter, to the table.
How's it going, Jam?
You know, mate? You buzzing then?
I'm buzzing, so let's talk a bit about why we're doing this. How do we come to even do something so crazy in your kitchen with?
I mean, everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
You got United stand, United chant.
Yeah.
So I just thought, why not? You know what I mean? It's COVID. It's lockdown season.
That's true. That's true.
Nothing on telly.
That's true.
Man Utd are flying. So,
We are.
So let's just share some of that good positive vibe to all the fans. Bit of banter along the way.
So, probably about 6 months or maybe a year ago, we spoke about doing this for the first time, setting up a channel for Man United fans or Red Devil fans that aren't necessarily from Manchester.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get tagged with like being glory hunters.
You're glory hunters if you were, 10, 12 years old, you know, you just jump on the wagon. United won a title, they support them. But then the supporters like myself and yourself, I've been supporting them since 1989. You know, I mean, since I was 5, 6 years old, sorry. And at that time, they didn't win much. It was just a team for me. Obviously, my dad was from Manchester. Manchester were on TV, and just followed him from there, really.
His dad's a Chelsea fan, by the way.
He used to be a Man United fan. Then he was Arsenal when they went unbeaten.
Yeah.
And then when they flopped, he was Chelsea because Mr. Roman came.
Is he still a Chelsea fan after today?
Yeah, he's calling for Frank's head. I don't know. These plastic fans.
So basically, what we wanted to do something that's unique. So like Jam said, there's a lot of fan channels that are out there, but they represent people, but they're fans that live in that city. So we thought we'd do something that's different for fans that don't necessarily live in the city, but still are just as passionate about their football club. At the moment with COVID, it's not like any fans are going into stadiums anyway. And for about a year or two now, we've had our own little WhatsApp group chat with other comedians within our group, and we just thought, we put our own little spin on things. This could be completely terrible, but you know what? We just thought we'd do this for a laugh. So
we're not here to make money off YouTube or anything. Get 1,000 hits or subscribers. We're just doing it for pleasure and for fun, really.
So who else should we talk about? So who else is in our little Man United crew? Should we give them a little shout out as well and see if we can get them on at some point?
Yeah, basically we've got my brother Izzy. He's at the stage where he thinks Ali can't win us any trophies. He's saying his tactics are inept. He lacks motivation. He can't motivate the players. He's not won nothing. And the 3 semi-finals last year, that was clear evidence that the man's not. He can't win a silverware.
Izzy be top of the league, mate. Joint top. That's all I'm saying. Arteta won a trophy last season.
Look where he is now.
Was in a relegation battle. We've also got
Mr. Nenad. He's from Serbia. It's a war-torn country, unfortunately. I do feel for him. He came over. It's been 15 years ago.
15 years.
He's got his status finally, thank God. Are you a drink, sir?
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Where do we start? So, he's basically saying a high-profile name is a must for Man United. Jose Mourinho, Pogba done him over, the board done him over, but Jose, Mr. Carlo Ancelotti, they're the names that should be associated with Man United, not Solskjaer.
Yes.
Although his ex-player, it's come from Molde, Cardiff.
So for a lot of you people that are watching, you'll probably see some of the people that come on our show, and you'll probably think they're deluded.
Some of them are, to be honest.
Some of them are, yeah. Especially Serb, especially
Adil.
And Hafiz. He's a bit of a tie from Arsenal TV. He's one of them. But to be fair, some of his predictions have been okay. So Nenad, or Serb, we call him. He's very living in the past. We're Man United, we're the biggest team.
We must win trophies every season. We must be first, second, third, plus won't do. We have to win. Anything else is not good enough.
Failure, yeah, and you need a big manager. But he's recently gone quiet because Solskjaer's actually turned it
He's also
around.
speaking for themselves. You know, what I mean, what can he say when you join top? Not much to say. He's probably burning inside, but.
We've also got Eddie and his two brothers. So Eddie is the Pakistani version of Hulk Hogan, and his brothers are the Dudley Boys. They are also Man United fans in our group as well.
They're pretty special characters, to be fair. Each one of them have got their own little craze, shall we say.
Quirk.
Yeah, one loves Pogba to death. Pogba is God. Bernard Pogba. He's literally the dog's bollocks. He's the Black Zidane.
Yeah.
He's the best player Man United have got, and we're apparently better with him in our team.
Yeah.
And the other brother Adil, he just comes out with throws random stuff in. You can't make heads or tails actually.
For example, the other day we had a team of the decade, and Di Maria was in his team of the decade. So this is what you're going to be dealing with. Some very deluded fans. Eddie has wanted Cavani at the club for 2 years, and to be fair, Cavani's done okay, but Eddie's a bit special as well. And then we've got Amar, who's probably the most diplomatic.
He's the owl of the group.
Yeah, he's the forward-thinking, sensible one of the group. He's very level-headed. And then we've got Tux, who.
He's Mr. Positive.
Yeah.
Again, he likes Pogba. And if anybody says anything bad about Pogba, he'll leave the group. He's left the group about 5-6 times. We've had to basically bring him back in, but that's his favourite. So you have to be a bit careful where you tread what you say about Pogba.
He still loves Nani as well. Nani's probably his favourite player ever.
Yeah, Nani's probably got the fact that he looks like him.
Anderson.
His
favourite player for Man United was Bebe though.
He was, yeah. He said he was on par with Maradona at one stage.
I believe that too. That sounds like something Tux would say. Man. So one of the first things we're going to cover off today, you've seen a little bit about us. Actually, you told them about you, haven't you, Jam?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm also a Man United fan too. I haven't been a Man United fan for as long as Jam, but probably since like mid-90s. Fergie days we were sport rotten. And now the last 7 or 8 years since Fergie's left and we've had the different managers come in, it's been hard, but for me personally, I think since Ole's come in, it's probably been the most positive that it's been since Fergie. Even though we've won trophies under Jose and LVG, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel the football was right. It felt like we was being pulled in a different direction.
Football was lacking.
And now with Ole back and
It's just
different club.
He's an actually managing inside out. He knows the traditions, the values, what the badge represents.
True red.
He worked under Fergie,
Yeah.
so he's got the best teacher there. So we're seeing slowly, the transition now. The football played the right way. It's just a pity there's no fans there, but
Things are looking up.
big time.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a quick review of 2020. So Jam, I'm going to ask you, in your eyes, in your opinion, how's 2020 for you as a Man United fan? Couple of highs, any lows, anything you want to touch upon? Any changing or defining moments?
I think there's only one defining moment the day Bruno made his debut versus Wolves. That was just unbelievable, the way he lifted the players, the team, the performance. You could just tell everyone was looking for him, that pass. And when he had the ball, eyes up, forward pass, nice flair player, and he just gave everybody else a lift. That's what we needed, big time. We were missing that type of player, flair player.
And obviously we had COVID, so then football stopped for a while. Then after the break, up until the end of the season, we came from like 5th, 6th, so many points off Champions League, off Leicester. Closed it right down, won all those games. The Europa League as well, we got to the semis.
Semis, yeah, and unfortunately lost to Sevilla, but obviously they're specialists, are they?
Yeah. And seem to be one of our jinx teams in Europe as well.
And the beating Inter.
Yeah, they did.
Deserved winners.
Then the season restarted, and for me, I think the summer transfers put a massive negative spin on the club. What's your opinion on it all?
Big time. I mean, the players that we were linked to just didn't materialise. Chase this one, chase that one. He's close. He's agreed terms, medical pending, and nothing developed. And literally, near the end, we only got Cavani,
Tellez, Van der Beek.
Mr. Van der Beek, who doesn't look like he was on his Sonic, unfortunately.
That's true.
Just like one of those, just to fill the gaps.
Yeah, it seemed like the players that He definitely wanted Sancho.
100%. He would put his house on Woodward getting him Sancho, but obviously Brucey didn't budge from their price, and Mr. Woodward didn't want to pay.
So it almost seemed like the players that we wanted, or the players that Ale wanted, it almost felt like he wasn't backed, and then it had such a negative impact, and the start to our season was so poor up until probably the Spurs game. Then we had the PSG win away, and then slowly things looked up a little bit.
Yeah, PSG win, then the 5-0 blitz of
Red Bull, Leipzig.
Leipzig, yeah, the big teams,
Yeah.
semi-finalists. So coming through now, bit of momentum. But yeah, against the smaller teams, any team that defends, United tend to struggle. But I think no pre-season was a big factor.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it probably was for a lot of clubs. But then after the Leipzig game, we had Istanbul, didn't we, away, and then we lost that game. Was it 2-1?
2-1, that howl on the halfway line.
Yeah.
And Mr. Dembaba ran through all the way.
Shocking.
Shocking defending.
And then it almost felt like
That would be what will cost us.
and it did, to be fair, in hindsight, it did. Like if we got even a draw or a win, we probably would have qualified. But that game,
A draw would have took us through.
yeah, that game cost us. And then off the back of that, we lost to PSG and to Leipzig. But start of November, we were 15th. I think Pochettino come into the Sky Sports studios, and that Everton game away was the game where
Ole's job was
on the line. If we don't win this, then
massive pressure.
it's game over. And then from that moment forwards, something just changed.
Unbeaten. 10 games now, I think it is.
Yeah, and we were 15th, and now we're joint top.
Joint top.
Unbelievable. What do you think it is about the players, and what do you think it is about Man United under Ale that made them want to perform? Under Jose, in that same situation, they probably would have thrown in the tools. What was it for you?
I think with Jose's, there's no armour on the shoulder, there's no love there. It's like, do it my way, or you're out. With Ole, he'll tell you why you should perform, he'll tell you about the club, he'll probably make you feel top of the world. You know, you can do this, you're a really good player, show the world what you can do. Bit of positive energy, good words, bit of loving, because players nowadays, they're from a different generation, aren't they?
They are.
You can't just demand anymore, this soft, some of them, so you have to show them a bit of love and attention.
So, if you was to describe 2020 in a couple of words, or in one word, if you was to describe 2020 in one word as a Man United fan, how could you describe it in one word?
Decent.
Yeah.
Because we did get to 3 semis. Because we lost them, but ended up 3rd.
Yeah.
Qualified for the Champions League, so decent.
So now into 2021, what's your expectations? We're in 2021, we joined top of the league. No one would have probably thought we would have been here. Most people wanted Ale out, or at least it feels like a lot of the media and a lot of non-Man United fans thought we were a bit of a joke. Now we joined top, unlike Frank Lampard and Chelsea, who spent 200 million and are struggling. So, but what's your expectations now for the next 3-4 months? What would you like to see happen?
I'd like us to sustain this title challenge, because make no doubts about it, we're in a challenge now, but the race is on. Whether we win it or not, probably, I'll say probably not, because obviously there's good 21 games left yet. So anything's possible. Injuries, all it takes is 1 injury, 2 injuries, and you're stuffed. Maintain it, close the gap. Whoever wins it, make them work for it, get as close as possible, make that 5 points gap 10 points maximum. Get to 2nd place, that's a progression from last season, 3rd to 2nd. And if you can top it off by winning the FA Cup, which we haven't won in quite a while, 4 years?
Yeah, since Van Gaal.
I'll take that right now. 2nd place, and then the cup.
Do you think, right now, if you're Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, do you go to the board and demand anything, or do you just go with what you've got?
I'd say he's in a better position to demand more than he did in the summer, because of the position we're in now.
Yeah.
He can say, look, we're joint top, we can sustain this, but we need some backup, we need some bit more options on the bench. Get me this player, get me this player, and I'm sure we can push Liverpool right to the edge.
So what would you, what in your Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who do you want to come in? What do we need to push us on? So when Liverpool signed Van Dijk a couple of years ago in January, you just felt that progression. What do you think we could do that could come in, instant impacts?
I think basically what could cost us the title this season, what could prevent us winning it, is the defence.
Okay.
I like Sancho, but I think defence ultimately will be the battle of the defences. I'll say get me up on Mukano,
Yeah.
spend what, 60-70 million.
Yeah.
He's the future.
Yeah.
We got him. Harry's in some good form now.
Yeah.
We got Bailly, looks okay.
Yeah.
Axel Tunzabi.
Yeah.
Shore up that defence.
Yeah.
One of them gets injured, we got back up. And up front midfield, I still as good as anyone.
Definitely.
Couldn't say that 2-3 years ago.
No, that's very true. Do you think we've got enough consistently going forward? Like, for example, Sancho was the number one target. Do you still feel like that right hand side is weak, or do you think we're okay with what we've got? Do you think there's enough goals up top? Cavani seems to be chipping in. Martial seems to be hitting. Rashford's probably the top goal scoring out and out striker from a lot of them are attackers,
Yeah.
but even Rashford at times can be hit and miss in and out of games. Would someone like a Sancho or a Erling Haaland come in and just take us to another level, or?
You could say that because Rashford and Martial both will have spells in the season when they purple patch and then they do nothing for good 7-8 games.
Yeah.
So you probably need somebody to take over when they are down, chip in 10-15 goals, win us matches. Doesn't matter what you concede at the back, as long as you can score more. Do you know what I mean? Always gives you a chance. So yeah, I think right side, Greenwood, I don't know, I think he's a natural finisher at the club, so he should be up top. I think he's wasted on the right, but then put Rashford on the wing, I don't know. Martial, hit and miss so far, so slow start, but I think probably need a right sided attacker.
So, dream signing, the board say to you, one player,
side
just one signing, forget about the money, just one centre back, realistically he would want to come to Man United right now and he could take us to that extra level. Who would it be?
Realistically,
Yeah.
I think Upamecano, to be honest. I think
McGrath.
Leipzig will sell.
They're a selling club, by the
They're a
way.
selling club,
Yeah.
I think anybody else, we don't want to expect someone unrealistic who won't come. I really want one who can pay for the money. So Upamecano, yeah, 60-70 million should do the trick.
Who would you want to see leave Man United? Because we've got quite a lot of players, you know, like your Rojos, your Jones, who are still there, Jesse Lingard. Do you think it's time we get rid of some of these players as well? Use the window to get rid of players.
You have to, because they're not getting played. So yeah, Lingard has to go. I think they gave him a new contract now, so that's just to bump up his price. Rojo should have gone to Everton. I don't know why we kept him.
Yeah.
What's he got?
Jones.
Jones, but he's
Right.
been there for what, 30 years?
30 years exactly. Romero, there's a good chance he might leave now.
Yeah, I think he deserves a chance to play somewhere else. He's been a good done the job when he's been called upon. But he should have a chance to play somewhere else. Mata, I'm not sure about Mata, to be honest. I think classic player, but I don't know, if you're looking for a youthful squad, you know what I mean, then his age category, I think we should ship him on as well.
Do you think he could be useful in Europa?
Probably this season, no more.
Yeah. Pretend get rid of him at the end of the season.
This
Yeah.
season.
Dan James.
Needs to go on for me.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
need to develop his game, his awareness, find his ball. He's got the pace, you know, it's deadly. Everyone knows, everyone's scared of pace, but you can't just run past someone and then lose your head. You have to pass that through ball, that cross, run to hold it. At the moment, he just seems to be running, and then stuck.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay, so expectations. What do you realistically think we can do between now and the end of the season? Realistically.
Realistically,
Yeah.
top 3.
Top 3.
Yeah.
And potentially a cup or a final.
League Cup final.
League Cup
I
final.
think we'll do City.
So we're in the semis right now. You reckon City will do us?
No, I think we'll do City.
Yeah, we'll do City.
Is
Okay.
it 1 or 2 legs?
2 legs, I think it is. Yeah, 2 legs. And who's in the other semi? It's Tottenham, Brentford.
Yeah, 3 passes.
Yeah, so it'd probably be a Tottenham Manchester final either way. So okay, FA Cup. That's just about to start. We got Watford in that.
Yeah, that's all plain sailing, but until you get to the 5th round, and then that's when the big boys are there. So it could be playing against anyone really.
Look at the draw as well. Sometimes helps if you
And
get
so
a nice
FA
draw.
Cup ties on the day.
Yeah, definitely.
One goes out the window, doesn't it?
Yeah, probably. It's probably a bit different now, especially with COVID, because it's probably going to be the first time in the third rounds.
No fans.
Yeah, no fans. So if you're like a team down the bottom ends, and you know it's a massive day for the fans, that's not even there anymore, is it?
True.
So the only difference in Baker might be the pitches on the days down the lower leagues, but it'd be interesting. So top 3, potentially a cup or a final, and that'd be progress for you.
Yeah, definitely.
What would be disaster for you?
Disaster for me would be not making it in the top 4,
Yeah.
and not making top 4.
Do you think if, for example, let's say season finishes now and we finish 5th, make a cup final, and I don't know, let's say we lose a cup final, do you think that's a disaster of Ole, or do you think the board have let him down by not backing him now? Do you think it's critical that he gets back now, or do you think we just go with what we've got?
Ideally, I think Ole will probably identify the player he wants. I think if we can add 1 or 2, even 1,
Yeah.
in the right position, just to give us that boost. Look what Fernandes did.
Yeah.
Just 1 person in the key position, just to give us a lift, just freshen the squad a bit. And they should give it to him because look, he's done magic. He's done wonders with his team. Considering where we were when he came, we had that high 13 game unbeaten run, and then that dip, and now it's just crazy where we are.
Who do you think's Man United's most important player? Who's irreplaceable in this team right now?
Bruno,
Bruno Fernandes.
simple as. It's as simple as. We just look at a totally different team with him in it, and totally different team with him not in it. I just think no one else can do what he does. He's got the aggression, the leadership, the creativity, the goals. Just look at the points we've collected since he's been there. Equal to Liverpool, if not more, I think. And he's only 2 goals behind Mo Salah this season. It's frightening.
For
Most assists. Who's Kevin De Bruyne?
Who is Kevin De Bruyne?
You can't say that this season.
You probably can. I still think De Bruyne.
I mean, like, I'm not saying overall because obviously you need consistency.
Yeah.
But just purely on this season.
Oh yeah.
Best midfielder in Europe in my eyes.
Yeah, 100%. And it's crazy because it almost feels like now with Bruno, it's the first time since probably Ronaldo that you've just got a player that you just can believe
You can do anything.
can do anything. And it's been a long time since we've had a
He
player.
could have 89 minutes of doing nothing on the ball, struggling, and the 1 minute of sheer brilliance.
Well, he showed it against was it Wolves the other day where he was in and out of the game, but he'd done that one ball to Rashford,
Kicked it off.
killed it off. I mean that's all it takes from him. He's a special player, very special.
He's from a
player.
different cloth.
He is.
We've had good luck with Portuguese, thankfully.
We have, apart from Bebe.
Was he Brazilian? And after us, Tux.
Alright, so let's have a bit of fun with this now. So, Man United. Right, we're going to go your all-time Man United 11.
From Premier League
From
era.
Premier
No
League,
troubles.
from Premier League era.
Yeah.
Right. And we're going to say, with that Premier League team, that Premier League 11, you can't have Fergie as manager. Who would you have from the Premier League manager greats, apart from Fergie to manage them? So go with your goalkeeper to 11, but they've got to play in this era right now.
They have to be compatible in this era.
So it could be, for example, you could say right now, I don't know, I'm going to play, Cantona, or you could say I'm going to play Schmeichels, but you need to think, is Schmeichels good with his feet? So it's your judgment, you're 1 to 11 and a manager to manage this team right now.
Taking into account, obviously, you have to be good in this era.
Yeah.
I'd say Van der Sar.
Van der Sar, yeah. Dutch legend.
Yeah. The right back I'll have. Not many good right backs to be honest. It's a toss up between Gary and Rafael. I'd say Gary
Gary Neville.
for his assists.
Alright.
Ability.
Yeah, yeah. He wasn't bad going forward, was he?
Not bad. And link up with Beckham.
Yeah. Centre backs.
Centre back.
We've had a few decent centre backs. Just a few amazing ones in our time. Who would be two? Well, what formation are you going?
4-4-2.
4-4-2. Okay, so two centre backs.
You have Stam, the Dutch brick,
Mhm.
accompanied by Rio.
Who?
Rio.
Oh, Rio. I thought you said Will Young.
Rio.
Okay, so you got Rio and Stamson. There's no Vidic.
And I think they'll be too similar. Vidic and Stam, aggressive players. And Rio's good with his feet, can bring
Yeah.
the ball out.
Yeah.
Got good long pass on him.
No Harry Maguire.
It's too early into his season. He needs to be consistent for at least 8-9 years.
Yeah. Okay. Left back.
Left back is. You've got Mr. All-Rounder Dennis Irwin, the Irish legend.
Yeah.
First name on team sheet.
Yeah.
And you've got Evra, full attacking left back up and down.
Who are you going for?
I'm going for Dennis Irwin.
Owen.
Never injured, free kick master,
Yeah.
set piece,
Yeah.
8 out of 10 most weeks, as Roy Keane said.
Left wing. That's pretty easy.
Left wing's got to be Ryan Giggs.
Easy. Right. Centre mids. This could get difficult.
Centre mid, Paul Scholes,
Scholesy.
one of the greats, best centre midfielders in Europe at one stage. Roy Keane.
Keano.
You can't not have Keano in there for his leadership,
Yeah.
his will to win.
Yeah.
Mr. United.
Okay. So you got Keano and Scholesy. Right side. Who are you going for?
Mr. Ronaldo.
Mr. Ronaldo. No room for Beckham.
Mr. Ronaldo can do anything Beckham can do and more. Simple as.
And then your two centre forwards.
We've got some greats. Who do you leave out? We're talking about Ruud van Nistelrooy. He's got to be there.
Yeah.
He can play in this era. Right position, right time.
Killer.
Deadly.
Yeah. Rude. So you got Rude up top.
Yeah.
Who's partnering Rude?
I'll have to go. It's tough. Wazza on the one side. Cantona, French legend. Big impact. Cold, York,
Tevez. Berbatov.
Berbatov.
Tough.
It's probably my hardest decision.
Diego Forlan. The scouts love him as well, didn't they?
Took him long to get his goal account open, but once he did,
He was going. Even Solskjaer. Won us the European Cup.
good sub.
Yeah. Super sub.
Chikorito.
Chikorita. Yeah.
I'll have to go Cantona.
Cantona.
You can't have one too many legends in the team, one too many fighters. He's a leader, character, him, Kino, Stam. That spine just looks awesome.
So who would manage that now? If you could pick a manager to manage that.
It definitely wouldn't be Jose. Because I like my football attacking end to end. Fast.
You say Jose is not an attacking.
His first thought is defend.
Yeah.
Shut up shop, defend, frustrate the team,
Yeah.
then attack. Don't work for me.
Boring.
I think apart from Fergie, obviously you can't have Fergie, all the managers, how many greats have they been? I think Wenger, he played some good stuff.
Yeah.
I'd have to say Pep.
Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barcelona man, Barcelona way, tiki-taka football. Wasn't bad at City when he first came, some of the football they were playing.
Yeah. Very true. Sounds exciting. What do you reckon that team could do right now? Win the league easy?
I reckon he could.
Yeah.
I think he could win it comfortably.
Pep and a United 11. What do you reckon would have happened if Pep actually came to Man United all those years ago?
When Fergie left.
Yeah. Instead of having Moyes torture us for a season and then all the other failures that happened after that.
I reckon we would have been in good hands.
Yeah.
I think he knows how to play football one way, which is direct, attacking, possession, quick touch, one touch passing, movement, passing with ring play. So he would have got. He's a well-known manager, ex-player, so I'm sure he would have attracted really top players and played the right way. So we would have this, Fellaini.
Fellaini hurt your soul.
Then, just to go towards Fellaini, yes, if you're Everton or if you're West Brom or Brighton or Man United, Fellaini,
He wasn't a fan.
they're desperate, stunk of desperation that is.
Okay. So you can tell Jam's not a fan of Fellaini. So going forward then, what can people expect from this channel? What are we looking to do going forward? So this is just like an overall introduction, our thoughts, just a little review, but going forward, what can you expect from us?
More of the same, bit of banter, obviously keep it professional as well, we don't want to hurt no one's feelings.
Unless they're Scousers.
Yeah.
Liverpool fans.
Yeah, we hate Liverpool, so that's all.
Yeah. Tottenham?
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Chelsea?
London Bridge is falling down.
Arsenal?
Finished a long time ago.
City?
On the shoulder, but I don't feel they're quite what they used to be as a force.
Leicester City?
Consistent and then fall away near the end.
Bit like an erection.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Alright, Sam. So, going forward then, what are we looking to do? What's the plan?
Plan is preview games, post match after the game, talk about star performances and transfer speculation, and just talk about the results.
So,
World of football really.
looking forward then, because we've got City in a couple of days' time, just a quick preview. What do you think or what do you expect to happen in that game? Is it the first leg at Old Trafford?
Away, I think it
Is
is.
it away? Okay, so what's your overall feeling for the two games? Obviously, we played them last year in the semi-final.
We did unbeaten last season, weren't we?
Yeah, I think we lost. Did we lose at Old Trafford 3-1 or 4-1 and then we beat them away or something?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah. So,
I think at the Etihad, I think you can expect a defensive game all day. You have probably Matic and Fred or Scott and Fred sure of that midfield, trying to concede, and he'll be looking to get one, make a roll on the counter.
our record at the Etihad's been pretty good over the last couple of seasons as well. It's probably been more at all. I know we beat them last season in the league before the COVID break.
Yeah, before that as well.
Yeah, but I think at Old Trafford they have seemed to have our number over the last probably 5 or 10 years. They've
Yeah.
been better at Old Trafford, So well, go on, give us a scoreline then for the City game.
2-1 City.
2-1 City, first leg, yeah.
I think City know they have to take some sort of advantage to Old Trafford. I know there's no fans, but then still go for the win.
All right. Okay, 2-1 City. I'm gonna go 2-1 United. I'm gonna go 2-1 United, and then we've got the FA Cup after, haven't we? Watford. So we'll talk about that at another point. But yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 United. I actually fancy us.
I just reckon what City done to Chelsea today, they played some good stuff to be honest.
Yeah.
All the players they had that
Yeah.
gave a good goal. I think they'll take that into the United game, and then think, all I always think, let's not go all out, let's try to shore it up, see what we can do. If we can keep a clean sheet, that's fair enough, that'll do. But I think Man City have press on the advantage. I think they probably 2-1 or 1-0 City. I reckon they'll win the tie.
Do you reckon the extra day or two's rest might benefit us going over there?
Depends on the selection.
So it depends on who you see.
But I think because it's a derby, I think they should go for it anyway. Rest or no rest. It's a derby.
Do you reckon we'll play a full strength team?
Yeah. It's final at stake, so you have to.
Yeah.
It's only Watford to follow, so
Yeah, you can rest players.
Yeah. So not
100%.
a big game.
100%. Okay, so when are we getting back together? And who should we try to recruit for our first guests? What character can we bring in?
Well, if you email Serb So he should be awake. I don't know what time in Serbia now is, but
Couple of hours ahead or behind.
I've told him I'll pay for his ticket and get his ass over. And we'll let me know. We'll put him in front of the camera and we can have a few words. His English is a bit
Broken.
yeah.
Sounds a bit like Borat, yeah?
Yeah, he's got no mustache, but he's like, a bit like heavy, like, Borat. I think he's not broken yet.
Okay, so what we're gonna look to do is over the next couple of weeks we're gonna look to bring some people in, some people from our dysfunctional bipolar circle.
Very dysfunctional.
If you can also at some point potentially get us together to watch a game together, that would be funny. That's where you probably see a lot of the magic happen.
We'll probably have to have the paramedics on standby for that one, because bipolar might kick him quickly.
Yeah, you tend to have that at times, don't you, as well?
He's just the fire in the belly.
Alright, so I'm going to let you wrap up. I'm going to make sure this is still recording and we've not just been talking to ourselves for 25 minutes. So you wrap up and then we'll clock on for the rest of the week. So
just like to say thank you for watching. Give us a thumbs up, a like, subscribe. Any comments are gladly welcomed, and we'll take your positive feedback and any negative feedback on board. Thank you very much.